Hey everybody, Michelle here. I was trying to go live in Facebook, but it was being weird and saying my connection was not working. And then I tried to use my data, which is fully working, and it's saying it's not working. So anyway, I'm going to make this video instead and make it a post, and then hopefully I can go on live and chat with you guys. But basically what I wanted to talk to you guys today in my hour was about how to use essential oils, safety precautions, how to actually use them the 3 different ways, which is aromatically, topically, and internally. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit and show you a few things. So I guess the first thing is most important is that safety is important and first and foremost with anything and any product that you use, and essential oils are no different because they're so pure. You do need to be careful, and you need to read the labels. There are oils that are not to be ingested, and it says right on them. Usually they're blends. And then there's oils that absolutely you can use. So like oregano oil, you absolutely can use that. People use oil of oregano all the time. I think too, the other thing you just need to remember is that you want, even if you're going to be putting it on your skin or you're going to be doing anything like that, you do want to make sure that you really verify that the oils are pure and that they're genuine and not have a lot of fillers or anything else in them. And so that's why we at doTERRA are always really advocating for people to not get oils from department stores, oils that are, if it's quite cheap, you possibly are getting what you're paying for, so be careful. Understand that online, so Amazon and that sort of thing, you got to be careful because people can actually open those bottles. You can buy the caps that look like they haven't been opened, and people can take out things and put things in and then put it back on and then sell it as a doTERRA oil because it's in the doTERRA bottle. So the best thing is to get it from a wellness advocate or directly from doTERRA.com versus other places. So that's the first thing I just want to say. You want to avoid putting oils, obviously, near your nose, your inner ears, your eyes, any broken skin, any sensitive areas, in order to make sure that you are safe with them for yourself. Because people will ask me, well, if they're, it's natural plants, and what if I'm allergic to that plant? Can I use that oil? And I would say, and it's been confirmed as well, don't use it. So if you are allergic to a certain plant and that's the oil, and we tell you that the oil is really good for this, it's still not smart for you to take it, right? Because you could have allergic reaction to it. You also could dilute it and try a small portion patch test if you feel like you don't have an allergy to it and you just want to see. But otherwise, everything, like with any other product, you want to just take some caution and be smart about what you're using it. Speaking of sensitivity, skin sensitivity specifically, there are certain oils that absolutely have to be diluted before you topically apply. So like I mentioned, oregano, most people will put like oil of oregano on under the tongue. I would always put that with coconut oil. So there's many different oils you can use to dilute. That's the coconut oil is the typical one that most people use, as long as they're not allergic to it. You can use other oils. In the comments, I will put the dilution ratios. I'll also put a picture of the different carrier oils. So just the carrier oils, and maybe you'll find one that, you're not allergic to. So there's that. There's also oils that have sun sensitivity. So pretty much any of the citrus oils, a lot of them, you just have to be careful of putting them on topically before you go out into like direct sunlight. So doTERRA has some great spa products I'm going to talk about during the week, and one of them is a body butter, and it's what I use because I have the driest skin in this history of man, and I have to be careful in the summertime to not necessarily put that on and then just be out in the summer, right? So that's something I'll put on, and usually in the summer it's not too bad. So winter time, I got to be very careful in terms of doing that, but usually you're covered up. So I put the body butter on the areas like knees and elbows and where I get really dry, and then I'm covered. So it should be a problem, but that's something you have to like be careful of. You got to watch for that. How we store them, how we store the oils is important. So I was going to show you. So I have, this is my natural Febreze that I make. I use an oil called Purify. It's a blend. And then I also put in a citrus because I like the smell. And this is basically, instead of me using the Febreze from the grocery store, it's got a whole bunch of toxins and chemicals in it, I use this, right? And I just mix it with some distilled water and then I spray it on my clothes, specifically because I'm a fitness instructor and I teach at least 5 times a week. I'm spraying armpits in the clothes. I'm spraying waistbands on my shorts or pants, down front and down the back. And I spray and I just let them hang. So you'll notice that I use a amber bottle. So essential oils need to be stored out of the excessive light or heat because they can disintegrate basically because they're so pure. So this type of bottle, easy to get. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them anywhere. We have them on our doTERRA site, so you can get them as well. This is pretty much what I use. So good old Booch bottle. It's fantastic. So I drink my kombucha, delish, and then I just reuse it by the tops. Spray bottle, instant spray bottle, ta-da. So that's kind of one of the last things you have to make sure is just that you're storing them safely. Some of your oils, put them into cabinets, right, and cover them up. If you have a storage area, I see some beautiful setups. People have wood platforms and they've got them there. And just make sure it's just not on beating sunlight. And then really the last thing with safety of using the oils is pretty standard for anything that you get in your home. Just supervise young children, keep it out of reach. The thing about it is, again, even though you could ingest them and you can put them on you, as long as you're doing the other safety precautions with them, they're good. But just like with anything, if a child gets into it, it could be toxic to them. So toxic is when you just have too much of something. Period. So you could have toxicity to water if you drinking too much water. So you just don't want a child to have to get into it. And then they have a kids line in doTERRA, specifically pre-made, but again, I'll put in the comments a picture of the dilution ratio, and if you're doing something up for a child, it's got the ratio there. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about so that was the safety and how you store, and then really how I use it. So one of the things was using a spray bottle, but I also, let me just get out of the way here. So most people have probably seen one of these. I've got 3 of them, just different styles, diffusers. Okay, so with the diffuser, I have some different ones. There's an elephant one in my granddaughter's room. I have this one. Also have a 12-hour one that runs in my main hallway. And it's pretty easy. You're just gonna, I need to clean it. Sorry. You just need to fill it to the red line and then take your drops. There's lots of really nice diffuser blends that you can make to make your house smell nice, to purify the air, to boost immunity. So this one, the reason why kind of looks like that is because I run On Guard in this one in the spare room, in this kind of my office room, like 24/7 when my granddaughter is around, and I'm actually helping with her remote school learning. So she's here pretty much during the week, and so I just run tons of On Guard to just help boost our immunity. If we're feeling not that well, I'll make us like a roller ball that's got that in it. But yeah, diffuser is one thing that you can use. And let's get this out for you. So a couple of things. doTERRA is really, we really want to make sure that people get the oils that they need, the combination, the blend, the product, because not every product is for everybody. I don't own every single oil. I don't own every single product. That makes no sense, right? So sampling is really big with doTERRA. If you want a sample of anything within the top 10 oils, Deep Blue rub. They have a toothpaste, so they have samples of that. In general, I would do a consultation with somebody and just kind of get a vibe for what they are looking for, what things they want to use oils for, and then I would try to send them samples, and we call them drams, right? So enough for about 20 drops, 20, 30 drops, which is a lot. I'll also put in the comments a picture about price per drop and the value, because you really don't need that much for a lot of the things that you will use oils for. So it's a really good value that way. Roller balls are, I have tons of them. They are at everyone. This one is an easy air one. So this one goes on the bridges of the nose when I'm basically feeling congested. I have one for Deep Blue. So if I'm getting like a headache, some people use peppermint because peppermint is in Deep Blue. I myself like to use the Deep Blue, and it's just the temples. It's usually where I get headaches, and just rub it. And I have that in my purse for work. So these are great. There's the oil is in with the coconut oil. So there's the dilution I was telling you about. And then you can pretty much find anywhere DIYs as far as making blends, but it's as a member of doTERRA, like if you decide you want to get a membership, then you have a lot of constant help and support and information given to you that you have access to, which is great and kind of a big selling point, right? As opposed to going to a store, buying some oils that you just saw on the counter, and then that's it, because you don't go back to the store and ask them questions. And store I'm speaking about more is like department stores, like Winner. And it's not just gonna pick an oil just so you'll buy an oil. Basically what it's gonna do is it's gonna explain why that oil works and why essentially that plant works, because that's what it is. The oils are the essence of the plant. So why that plant works and why plants have been used in medicine and have been used for household things since the beginning. So for example, like pain and inflammation gives you a really good explanation as to what that is. Talks about different types of pain: acute, chronic, referred pain. And then it talks about the oils, their top solutions, top blends, and like some supplements suggested. And really, this isn't geared to just doTERRA. So this is a really good resource that we use to help people see if essential oils can help them beyond just making their lives less toxic, because that's ultimately what most people want. But then some people have specific conditions that they want to really try to address and see if it can help along with their other protocols that they're doing. So a resource like that is something that's really good and that you would get. And I think really that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to come on and chat with you guys. I'm sorry I couldn't do it live. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but yeah. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I will be posting the 3 ways to use the oils, a little more detail, and some links for you to go and check out. They've got tons of information on doTERRA.com, free ebooks. So for everybody, anybody, even if you don't get doTERRA. All right. Have a good afternoon, guys.